What is going on, guys? Crucible here, and we got a lot to cover today. There's a lot that's coming to Dragon Ball Legends, and I figured the best way that we're going to have to do this is kind of break things off into sections. We're going to start off by going over the new Raspberry Squad and going over each of their kits. And then we're going to talk about what is coming in the future, as well as the new EX Zenkai Evil Boo, which also came out as well. So gonna be a lot of videos going up over the next day or two, so please keep your eyes peeled on the channel for that. But with that said, let's dive in. So we got the Raspberry Squad coming, and we got a brand new camp similar to that of the Ginyu camp and the past couple of minion camps that we've gotten. This one is going to be kind of atrocious, though. It is for co-op. Hyperdimensional co-op sizzling summer boot camp. Hellish training for new recruits. Oh, it's hellish, all right. It's gonna be hell. I don't know why. I do not know why they're pushing co-op so hard. I don't understand. Me personally, I hate co-op. So for whatever reason, this is gonna be a drag. All right. So, a special hyperdimensional co-op that's hotter than the hottest summer day is about to take place. Collect recruit medals to get Z power for your recruits, and then collect boot camp medals to exchange for 1 LL guaranteed assist ticket. Guaranteed Legends Limited assist ticket. I guess it's just saying that you can get a Legends Limited character from that summon, or a multi Z power. So you collect these medals. And then from those medals, you can exchange them, I guess, for the Raspberry Squad or the Pool Force. Okay, that's good. I was actually kind of curious when those guys would actually return. I actually have a lot of them and I got to finish. So that's actually pretty cool that they did that. Get tons of recruit medals as a limited time reward from co-op. Aim to limit break all your characters to 7+. That's good. No restrictions again on those. No star restrictions anyway. And then use bonus characters and collect boot camp medals. Boot camp medals drop when you win advanced and extreme battles. Put the new recruit bonus characters in your party to get tons of boot camp medals. Get Ginyu and Frieza from their story stages to gain an advantage in battle. All right. So obviously you can get great dual coins and regular dual coins, and then you also got these that you got to start grinding up as well. There's also summer carnival stuff. We can go over those later in a different video, but those are also in the download as well. So recruit medals, obviously you'll get exclusive equipment and you'll get the Z power for all the characters with those. The boot camp medals can be used to exchange for Summer Carnival 1 Legends Limited tickets or multi Z power. And you get them again from advanced and extreme drops. So the limited time rewards. Okay, so if you do extreme, you're guaranteed 500 of those every day, and so that's 1,500 a day that you can get for those. We will take a look at the list and kind of see. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, 1,500 of these medals to be able to recruit what you need from those characters that just dropped, get their Z power and whatnot, and then it's just down from there the whole time. So, and then yeah, the boot camp medal? The boot camp medal, I guess, is just a chance drop, and we'll have to take a look at the shop and see how those look. Summer Carnival, we can take a look at those in a second. But yeah, so the recruit, all this can be exchanged for the recruit medals. I don't know why the equipment is is separated, but that's kind of funny. So yeah, we'll have to find that and figure out what that looks like. So yeah, with the boot camp medals, you get the Legends Limited tickets, multi Z Power 100, and then I guess this you've got a big mouth and it's time I shut you up is getting an Awaken, which is pretty cool. So in another video, we're gonna have to we'll go over as soon as I can figure out how I'm gonna do this, because for whatever reason they're not showing up in game for me. But we got a new Buhan and we got a new Sparking Tien. So I'm very excited about these guys. We're going to do a breakdown video for them as well. But yeah, they're going to be bonus characters and they should be releasing on the 31st. And then obviously the Raspberry Squad is going to give you the next biggest buff or drop bonus. And then the Apul Force and everybody else will be that. So... Okay, so let's go over character introductions. So first off is Raspberry. He's extreme and he's red. He's a range type. Frieza Saga Z. By the way, I feel like Minions is going to be pretty stacked. If they are not stacked, I'd be kind of surprised. But all right, so Frieza Force Minion event exclusive. Special move is Raspberry Gun. Deals major impact damage. 50% to special move damage inflicted for 3 timer counts upon activation. Nothing crazy with that special move, but, I mean, is what it is. Main ability. As if I have any choice. Draw a special arts card next. 20% to blast damage inflicted. Can't be canceled. Increase own card draw speed by 2 levels for 10 counts. And then... after 15 timer counts elapse. The draw speed by 2 is pretty good. 20% to blast damage isn't anything crazy, and then we'll have to see what a special arts card is. But this isn't like anything nuts. Alright, so his green card then restores own key by 40, changes strike to blast, 20% to blast damage inflicted for 10 counts, minus 10 to own blast card. Okay, that's pretty good. This coupled with the main ability is actually not bad. Essentially, within a 10-second time span, you'll be able to do 40% to blast damage, and then minus 10 to own blast costs, and then card draw speed is always good too. So that's not bad. All right, so at 14 stars, 35% to the Frieza Force, event exclusive, and Frieza Saga. So that's interesting. These guys are minions. But they're not buffing the minion tag. I guess. But they're on minions. Okay. I guess they didn't want to like. I guess they didn't want to blow up the minion tag with like a bunch of Z abilities for the minions. But that kind of sucks though, because that kind of puts the Cybermen in a bad spot. Not that the Cybermen were anything special outside of Green Cyberman, but it's still the fact that, you know, why wouldn't you buff minions? I mean, I guess you could do event exclusive for them, and I guess they work with that maybe? I don't know. We have to take a look at that. But 35% to blast attack and defense is fine. That's fine. Unique ability. Frieza Force Foot Soldier. Applies the following effects when the battle starts. So 50% of damage inflicted, reduces damage received by 40, 50% to blast damage inflicted, and then minus 10 to blast arts cost. That's kind of crazy. He's getting 50% to strictly blast damage, but he's also getting 50% to all damage as a whole. Just outright. Which is kind of crazy. And then 40% is not bad. And then the following effects occur every time this character uses a Blast Arts card. 30% to blast damage for 2 counts. And then applies attribute upgrade. Minus 20% to sustained damage cut. Sustained damage cut for 5 timer counts. Reduces enemy key by 10. Okay. So... Okay, so let's take a look at how about what he's doing here. So he's doing 50, and then 100% to blast damage, and then every time he uses a blast card, he's getting 30%. So that's 130%, and then couple that with his green card, which gives him an extra 20, so it's 150, and then his main ability, which also gives him 20%. So he's doing 170 blast damage. That's kind of crazy. This guy might actually be pretty good. Alright, so the next ability is applies the following effects to self when this character enters the battlefield. He increases Dragon Balls by 1, activates twice. That makes sense, considering that, you know... that makes sense, considering that, you know, it's Raspberry in the manga, in the Moro arc, in Super. He's gathering the Dragon Balls, so that doesn't surprise me. Restore Ki by 50, and then applies the following effects to allies when an ally activates Rising Rush. That's different. That's new. 50% to crit rate for 5 counts. Minus 30 to enemy sustained damage cut for 5 counts. And then 50% to own Ki recovery for 30 counts every time when faced with an enemy Frieza Saga character. Okay. And then I don't know what this is. Special move. Raspberry Gun deals major damage. I don't know what that is. Is that different from this? I guess it's just there twice. That's weird. Okay. Okay. Sure. Sure. Alright, Raspberry seems like he's decent. Alright, so then we got Naval. Extreme green unit. He's support type. So he's got Naval Shot. Inflicts enemy attribute downgrade minus 30 to Ki recovery for 20 counts. That's not really... I mean, Ki recovery minus 3 to Ki recovery can be a little detrimental, but it's relatively basic from my to my liking. So, main ability restores own health by 10%, restore ally health by 20%, minus 5 to own arts cost for 10 counts, and then minus 40 to sustain damage cut to self for 10 counts. That's not a bad ability. Team heals are always good, and the fact that it's 20% as opposed to 10% is pretty good. Special skill, restores ally, green card, restores ally health by 5%, cancels ally attribute downgrade in abnormal conditions, restore own Ki by 50, and 15% to damage inflicted by allies for 15 counts. That's a good green card. A lot of passive buffs for your team, which is really good. Unique ability, applies the following effects to self when battle starts. 90% to damage inflicted, reduced damage received by 40%. And then when he switches to standby, he gets 30% to damage inflicted, or to allies. Allies get 30% to damage inflicted for 20 counts, 25% to Ki recovery for 20 counts, and then 10% to damage inflicted by minion tag for 20 counts. That's not a bad ability either. 90% is really good, just off the base. And then 30% additional damage for allies is good. These are all good. Kemed's counterattack. Applies the following effects to allies when this character is defeated. He's got defeated buffs. So, applies the following effects to allies when he's defeated. Restore health by 20, Ki by 50, 20% of damage inflicted can't be canceled. And then when one ally is defeated, applies the following effects to self when one ally character is defeated. Increase art draw speed by 1, 50% to Ki recovery, 50% to damage inflicted, 50% to special move damage inflicted. So the way you kind of want to run this guy, from what it looks like, to run Naval, what you want is you want to wait for one of your allies to get defeated, so you can get all these buffs. Yeah. Then, when Naval has all these buffs, you want to kind of keep him on the field to a degree until he's defeated, in which he will give your last man standing unit these buffs. That's not bad. That's not bad. I don't think we've ever dealt with a character that has defeated buffs. but you're supposed to use those defeated buffs on the last man standing unit specifically. Like I know Green Cyberman, when he gets his green card off and whatnot, he obviously he buffs the rest of the team. It's not quite like that. It's a bit more scenario specific, but this guy seems all right. He seems good. For a support character, I mean, I'll take it. Then we got Monrai. Monrai is extreme yellow. His special is blue card. Inflicts enemies with attribute downgrade +3 to sub count for 15 counts. Okay. Main ability, underhanded tactics. Inflict all enemies with attribute downgrade +25% to damage received, +10 to all arts costs, and +5 to sub count for 15 counts. That's pretty big. +10 to all arts costs, that's going to add up really quick. And then +5 to sub count is also kind of crazy as well. That can be pretty disruptive. Then green card, restore zone ki by 30. Inflict all enemies with attribute downgrade +15% to damage received. And then inflict a single enemy that you're facing with -1 card draw speed. This guy is with the debuffs. I kind of like it. I'll have to take a look at their stats in just a second then too, just to kind of get an idea. But let's see here. So, unique ability. Move out. Applies the following effects to self when he enters the battlefield. 90% to damage inflicted, 50% to damage reduction. That can be removed though. Both of these can be removed, which kind of sucks for him. Applies the following effects to self according to the number of timer counts elapsed with current character. He draws a special arts card next, does it twice at 3 counts. At 5 counts, restore ki by 30, 25% to damage inflicted. 10 counts, restore health by 10%, and shorten sub count by 3. And this all resets. Okay. I mean, it's relatively fine, but I would have liked to see more. Like, the damage reduction on a defense character, like, the fact that this is going to get removed, this guy doesn't seem like he's going to be tanking a lot. So, if the fact that this can get removed and canceled out, I don't know. I don't know if this guy is going to be a defense so much as just a disruptor. We'll have to see. Irate Infantry applies the following effects to self when changing cover. Nullifies unfavorable element factors for sustained damage for 5 counts. That's twice. Reduces damage received by 15 until combo ends. Following effects occur when this character evades an enemy attack with a vanish step. Reduce enemy ki by 25. 20% to damage inflicted for 10. Restores own vanish gauge by 60%, which activates twice. Restores own health by 25, so he's got endurance. That's good. And then 50% to damage inflicted when activated. Strike and blast defense. Yeah, he's a really good disruptor from what I can tell on his kit here, but he's not going to really be able to tank damage, especially if they can cancel this 50%. He's not going to be doing a whole lot of damage, and he's not going to be tanking damage if this gets canceled, which can really hurt him. And then endurance is fine, but again, like, there's people that nullify endurance, so, you know, and he only gets the endurance. I guess it's with a vanish step, which would be pretty easy to get off. So I don't like how it's conditional to the vanish step. Because again, if he takes all this damage and he doesn't have a chance to do the vanish step, then that's not going to matter anyway. So I don't know. This guy seems very situational. I don't know if this guy is going to be as good as like Rowberry, for example. Rowberry's a really good tank. So I don't think this guy is going to be replacing him on the Frieza Force team, but we'll see. And then last but not least, we got Gupri. I don't know how you pronounce that. I don't think I've ever seen that name before from these characters whatsoever. Alright, special move. This guy's doing a lot for his special move. Okay. 25% to special move damage inflicted for 3 counts on activation. Additional 35% to special move damage inflicted for 3 counts if enemy is Saiyan or tag powerful opponent. That's decent. 60% to special move damage? Yeah, that's not good. That's not bad. That's not bad. Main ability. Destroy all of your own cards and randomly draw 4 new ones. Restore own key by 40. Shorten allied minion and event exclusive sub counts by 5. It's fine. It's fine. I guess if you're in a situation where you would need to pop this, it could come in really handy. Yeah, I mean, I won't complain about that. That's okay. Green card. Draw a special arts card next. Activates once. Increases own arts card draw speed by 1 for 10 counts. 50% to own key recovery for 15 counts. Minus 5 to own strike arts cost for 15 counts. That's not a bad green card either. So draws a blue. Gets 10 timer counts of card 1 draw speed. Then he gets those for 15 counts. That's not bad. Z ability is strike, attack, and defense. 35%. Okay. Unique ability, Giant Killer. 40% to damage inflicted against Saiyan and powerful opponent. Reduces damage received from Saiyan and powerful opponent by 20%. Following effects occur every time when faced with an enemy. 30% to own crit rate. 10% to crit damage for 10 counts. And then inflict all enemies with attribute downgrade plus 15% to damage received for 15 counts. Alright. So it's just got built-in damage and reduction for these tags. So that's what, 40% here and then 60% on blue cards. So that's 100% damage against tag Saiyans. Not taking into account any other damage it gets too. Frontline Soldier. Applies the following effects to self when battle starts. 70% to damage inflicted. 40% to damage reduction. Cannot be cancelled. Applies the following effects to self when he enters the battlefield. Restore key by 30. Draw strike arts card next up to 3 times. 20% to strike damage inflicted for... can't be cancelled. Activates twice. And then minus 10% to special arts card. Activates twice. So you're going to get minus 20 to special move arts. He can be pretty good. He can be pretty good. Yeah, so the way that I would kind of see this, I would probably say... I'd probably say that Raspberry's obviously the best. Then I would say it's probably Goopri, followed by Naval, and then I'd say Monrai. And we'll take a look at their stats real quick then too before we end the video as well. Yep, so then we got 2 new equipments from this event. We got the Encroaching Frieza Force. Special move damage 15%. It's extreme minions, by the way. Minions get more of these, so definitely want to farm these up. Get at least 6 of each of these, probably. Special move damage plus up to 15%. 6% to own strike attack for each minion member. And then 6% to blast attack. That's pretty good. That's pure blast attack, pure strike damage. Definitely worth farming that up. And then Frieza Force is getting an Awaken Equip. 15% to health restoration. Base strike and base blast. Only one of these will be selected, and it's 20% for those. And then slot 3 is 18% to base strike and base blast. And more than likely, and it seems like, would this get added to the dual coin exchange? We'll have to see. Yep. But yeah, that's gonna do that. So let me load up the game here real quick, and we'll take a look at their stats, and then we will end the video there. All right, guys. So we're gonna take a look at their stats real quick. Raspberry's stats at max stars. Ugh. I mean, it was to kind of be expected. These guys are free-to-play characters, but these stats are not good. So hopefully their kits and the numbers that are on their kits will improve these stats. But I will take these with a grain of salt. take these with a grain of salt just until we can see what they look like in PvP. And kind of see how they perform. But yeah, 233 strike, 240 blast, and then 150, 155 defenses is not good. So, so that's Raspberry. Then we'll look at Naval. Naval has better defenses, about relatively the same attack. Okay. All right, then we got Monrai. Okay, Monrai's defenses actually aren't bad. I still think that his kit is going to hinder how well this guy is going to tank, but in terms of his actual defensive stats, like, he's actually not bad. So, he might be a bit better than I gave him credit for, but we'll have to see when we go into PvP with him. And then Gupri. Yeah, this guy, I mean, 243 with all those passive buffs that he's getting, he could do decently. He could probably do decently. Again, stats aren't the greatest, but with their kits, they should be better than what their kits are kind of advertising. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. We got done with the Raspberry Squad, so we are going to figure out a way to do the breakdown for the TN and the Buhan. They should be appearing in game, but for whatever reason they're not. So yeah, it is what it is. But all right, guys, that's gonna do it for this one. So thank you guys for the love and support. As always, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.